Hello, welcome back. I need to make this really quick. It's Grillenheimer. Thanks for following along. Been doing a lot of brainstorming a little bit, just making battle cards and battle cards and battle cards. In the meantime, I've also been actually really working on the undisclosed chapter. Trying to make some of these hand-drawn characters that I started on 2 years ago try to look a little better. One character, maybe more than a few, I may end up actually coloring. Now that I've gotten used to coloring in the computer somewhat, I still can't make stuff look shiny or metal, but at least it looks better than marker. And I've done one character that way. I might do another one or two. We'll see, but for the most part, it's pretty much the old picture in with a picture of reality, with like trees or the road or the beach or the well, I haven't done this with Marine Wars. Only these characters like Chief Dosserbot and Craven and SLVR Silverbolt, and Diesel Head, etc., etc. Barcode, I almost said Twin Twist, Twin Core and Pith Core, and Turret Strike, and all those characters, and really trying to interject some story behind them as well. I've revealed one character officially kind of on Facebook. I got a decent response. I'm not too worried about it, but if people want to use it and copy it and play these things, that's fine. If not, no water off my back either, really. At least they'll be out there for anyone to ridicule, use, have fun with, whatever. I'm really indifferent. It probably bug me a little bit. I'm not too worried about it. But it's been a process, and I'm still really trying to help me out here. Tweak, for lack of a better term, their abilities, change some abilities, but not that drastically. Trying to keep them sort of within their personality or the intent of what I created them, etc. Like Backroad and Powerline and any of them. Just pick one. And they seem fairly memorable characters once you can get in the head of these characters. Someone is just texting me constantly all of a sudden. So I want to go over some battle cards. I need to go really, really fast. So the last video we went over, well, we've been over Extra Buffed, we've been over Breaking Point, we went over, I think I actually revealed Incredible Restraint on Facebook. I might do it here too. An Autobot Power Key, I did that one the last video as well. So let's just get into this. Some of these are going to be very, very basic cards, and you'll be like, why don't we use that? Well, let's just see what I've got here. And if you don't want to use it, you don't have to use it. If you want to go, well, that might be a good filler if I want to do this instead of that. Have an extra orange pip card here, blue card, whatever. Oh, maybe that'll help this group that I'm planning, because it's such a big world now for the Transformers TCG. There's just a lot going on. There's a lot of unofficial, official stuff that's out there that's better than my stuff, and I understand that. But again, I just like filling in gaps. So we're going to start off at the top with Activated Visor, which I say put on Decepticons only. And I said last video that I'm trying to avoid making everything a faction card. Let me go ahead and make this one a faction card. So I just changed it from basic to Decepticon. Activated Visor, which is a 1-pip orange card, and it's an upgrade utility, and it's got a picture of Rumble with his inset visor kind of coming out so he can see beyond. And it's a utility that's going to give your Decepticons focus 1. It can only go on a Decepticon, so it's going to give them +1 for defense off a utility, which is about standard. Give them the character focus 1 and orange pip for the flip, attack for the flip. So there's that. Not much to it. Seems okay. Seems a little standard. I don't think we have anything quite like that. Maybe so. But let's keep going. We went over the Autobot power key already. Battle mode. I have adjusted battle mode. I think I know how battle mode, and this is an old card, guys. It's, from like last summer when I didn't quite know. I mean, I knew how to play the game, but I didn't understand the strength of cards, the weak of cards, how cards can affect other cards to some extent, as intricate and as almost like a program this game is. Battle mode, it's a black and blue pip card. The black pip, only your beasts are going to get the black pip. So that can go for like Mind Wipe and Werewolf and all your Beast War characters, etc., etc. Flip all your characters on the battlefield with at least 7 or more stars from alt mode to bot mode. So, yes, if you have this, and you could use this with your Sentinels or your Dinobot with Volcanicus, to where you can get all your characters on the battlefield flip to bot mode, but you're still going to have to flip for turn with those in the KO. Because I believe those are 7 stars. And you're going to, trying to get them to build up. So it's not going to be, oh, I have battle mode in my hand. I'm playing aerial bots. Flip. And here's this. Now they're all in one. Now they're superior. And haha, you're dead. Or something to that effect. Well, maybe not quite dead, but you know what I mean. Not quite dead yet. So that is battle mode. So you can't do this with 5-star characters. You can't do this with 6-star characters or 4-star characters. Like you'd want to do that with the mini bots that often anyway. So at least 7 stars or more, and then flip them all to alt the bot mode. And so hopefully it'll be not quite as strong. The star is not needed, like I mentioned a few videos before ago. So boom, battle mode. Hopefully that's a little better. We went over Breaking Point and extra buff. Floating Throne was last video. Huddle. Huddle is a blank action card. When you have 5 characters on the field, you may draw 3 and plan 2 for turn. So you got some draw power here. Just because it says plan 2 is always a Mother May I if you look at it verbatim. And I might even put that on here. Let the system put the plan reminder on here. Because you don't have to plan. You can draw. And it can be a great draw card when you have all 5 wide at the start of your game, if you have this in hand. So it's a great draw power. Would you want to have that many? I made it a common, maybe, but then it's just blank. It's just a blank card because it's that good of a draw card. Incredible Restraint is a 1-star weapon armor with white and black pips. And yeah, golly, isn't this kind of weak for a star card with 1 attack and 2 defense? Yeah, but that's not the strength of this card. When the equipped character taps for attack, so they haven't attacked yet, you tap the character, then tap another untapped character on your team, and tap an untapped character on your opponent's team that has the same number of stars or fewer. I think when I put this out on Facebook, I don't think I had that bottom part in there. So I got to thinking that it seems strong if I can just do that with any untapped character on both sides of the field. So let's bring it in a little more to same stars or fewer. Which also somewhat signifies a character's strength in a way, how many stars they have, which sort of signifies their stats and their health, because everything is affected. So with this upgrade on a character, let's say you got Thrust and he's wearing Incredible Restraint. You tap him for attack. What's going to happen? Well, he's a 9-star character. Well, let's say you've got Flame War on your side who hasn't been tapped yet. Your opponent has Crankcase. You can go and tap them both as well. But Thrust is the one wearing the Incredible Restraint who's going to attack. You can't change your attacker. Once you call your attacker, tap your attacker, then Incredible Restraint gets triggered. You is a 9-star character. This one's a 5-star. This one's a 7-star. And on your opponent's side, so boom, you get to call it. Tap, tap. So now you got 2 tapped, and you just also tap someone else on your opponent's team as well, which could be an interesting mix to the game. I almost did it the backwards way, where it actually untaps 2 characters instead of tapping 2 characters. Could we do that? Let me know down below. So that's Incredible Restraint. Jiffy Pop Megatron is still a secret action, but I was originally going to make it a regular action card, but I thought, nah. So it's still a black pip card with the leader trait inside. So if you are wanting to play around with a leader deck, so to speak, or with a Megatron or a leader Autobots or whatever, use a floating throne. You got your leaders are going to be able to get the pierce off this for the flip, whatever. While one of your characters defends and you have a Megatron on the battlefield. When revealed, repair 2 damage to 2 characters on your team. So, boy, that's really powerful for with a black pip on it. Wow, for leaders, yeah. It's not a star card. I made it a rare card though. I'll have to do my talk about rolling actions for another. I need something to drink for another video. But that's Jiffy Pop Megatron. I really like that because you never know when he's going to pop up as a secret action. Learn this move. Learn this move is basically Supercharge. Not only was Supercharge had Starscream on it, learn this move is Starscream possessed Waspinator. It's from that episode of Possession. Also Flying Through the Air. Learn this move is not an orange pip card. It is a white pip and blue pip with helicopters. So you want a helicopter team, you want to have something else that gives your characters bold 3 for turn, your helicopters bold 3 for turn, then you can learn this move. It's going to help your helicopters on the defense, and it's only going to give helicopters bold 3 for turn. So it's not just anybody, it's helicopters, but it's not going to stop you from using Supercharge as well. You got the 2 in your deck and a blue for a brainstorm, and you trying to have a helicopter team, which sounds kind of hard, but with the Beast War character set that I created, I really incorporated the helicopter trait with them, including Waspinator, thus Waspinator possessed on the action card. So where did he learn that move? From and he's like, I don't know if I can do it right now. No, I can't do Starscream's voice. Since his exostructure was commandeered by Commander Starscream or whatever, So there's that. Mace Mash is up next. It's an upgrade weapon. Another Pierce card. The Pierce on this one has the Quintesson symbol. Now with this one, again, it's the name, the action, and picture right off the Cyberverse toy for Gnaw. Okay. Did I do this for a Gnaw? Not exactly. So This is different. If you have a Mace Mash, it doesn't start in your deck. You have to have a Sharkticon in the field. This starts under a Sharkticon at the beginning of the game and counts toward your total, towards your deck total. Excuse me. I wrote that right. I said it wrong. When the Sharkticon is KO'd, or this Sharkticon, this is deployed and can be played on another character on your team. So, when you set your game up and you've got some Sharkticons, especially say like my Sharkticons, because my Sharkticons have the trait on it. I did this on purpose. I was trying to think ahead. I wasn't trying to steal anyone's thunder. I like my Sharkticon. I'm pretty privy. I guess I'm biased. Everybody else has some great stuff. I think Energon Hustlers also brought in some Sharkticons of their own as well. Everybody seems to be collaborating, doing a lot of the same stuff. But I really like having Sharkticons being very low in star, having multiple cons, and these all just say Nogrunt on them. But this is number 1 and number 3. So Mace Mash is going to start under them in alt mode. You can flip and attack, and then when it's KO'd, Mace Mash comes out. You can put it on a weapon. Then you can put it on a character. That's how this is going to work. So if you've got, excuse me, 3 of these guys in the field, that's about 9 stars of your. I only made 3. I'm not making any more. If you got 3 Sharkticons on your team, you can have 3 Mace Mashes, 1 underneath each of them. Once they get KO'd, Mace Mash can come out and be put on a character as a weapon like that. When this is deployed and can be played on another character on your turn. So you don't have to wait, and can be played on another character on your team. I'm sorry, I said turn, not team. So when it's KO'd, it gets to be played. You don't have to wait for your turn to, politely play your card. When this guy or one of these guys or someone else's Sharkticons is KO'd, this gets played. And then you get to start. Then you get to draw a card and play an action and upgrade, etc., etc. So, Grillenheimer, if this doesn't start on my deck and it starts under a Sharkticon, where's it going to go when it gets vaporized or smelted or whatever? Well, then it will go into your deck. It gets scrapped like normal. I didn't say it goes into the KO. It'll go into the scrap, but it doesn't get introduced into the game until a Sharkticon is KO'd. That's how Mace Mash works. So I'm really trying to steal from the movie. The other guys, Sharkticon Mace, I think doesn't start that way, but it can be passed around the characters on your own team. Is how they did it. So I'm not stealing from them. I don't know. Maybe we're all thinking out of the same box because it's all Transformers anyway. Let's just do one more, and that's going to be Maniacal Triage, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, which is another black and blue pip card. But who's going to get this Pierce? Combaticons. It can go in any group though. If you want the blue for basically like a basic blue card, yeah, you can. This would be great for any team, but it'll be really good for combiner teams. Even better with Combaticon teams, and so they'll get that Pierce. Action card. When you have at least 3 characters on the battlefield, each character on your team has Pierce 2 until end of turn. I had Pierce 1. I'm changing it to Pierce 2 for the sake of balance, and because of another card called Surrounded. Let's look at Surrounded. Surrounded is another black and blue pip card, but aerial bots get the defense. So you're really going to want this with aerial bots. So they'll always get the defense on the flip, and they'll get the pierce as well. Play this with anybody else. It's just a pierce card. So this is really specifically for aerial bots in Season 3, just before they died. Yeah, they actually died in Season 3, near the very end, and I'm just like, I don't remember this. Each of your aerial bots has Pierce 2 until end of turn. So, no, I didn't want that. So, unlike Maniacal Triage, you have to have at least 3 characters. With Surrounded, it can be all your aerial bots. You get this on in your hand early enough, and all 5 aerial bots are still on your team. They're all going to get Pierce 2. Originally, I had my Maniacal Triage as Pierce 1, and this one is Pierce 2. So I changed it. It's even Steven. It's Pierce 2 for each one. But the Combaticons only get the Pierce off of Maniacal Triage. Aerial bots only get the defense on Surrounded and the Pierce 2. So there's that. There's just a little bit of difference to kind of maybe trying to balance a little bit here. So there's that. And it's going to, you know, if your opponent is playing 2 tall or 1 tall, and you've got 4 aerial bots left, and you got this in your hand, and they're tapped out, Pierce 2, baby, for the rest, and plus whatever you flip for turn, and whatever is on them for equipment upgrades. So there's that. Why? And I guess that's really all I have time for today. Now I have a few more here. But yeah, there's about 7 more cards, and I'm just going to have to hold off with them for another video. I've been busy. There's a lot going on. Haven't had a lot of time to do a lot of videos. So there's that too. So hopefully, if you're not too tired of me, apparently some people are, my numbers are way down, or they look way down. Thanks for following along. Thanks for being here. And as always, have a blessed day. And Autobots, flip out and let's roll.